Many individuals past the age of 60 assume that sluggish legs or chilly feet are simply a natural part of getting older. They figure it's due to being less physically active than they used to be. However, the actual process going on is far more profound. The arteries in your legs are gradually becoming constricted, and the delicate inner layer that previously kept them supple and pliable has grown stiff and less responsive. Medical professionals refer to this condition as endothelial dysfunction or exhaustion. Once that inner endothelial layer fails to generate sufficient quantities of nitric oxide, the blood no longer flows effortlessly through the vessels. Instead of moving freely like clear water, it becomes thick and sluggish, resembling syrup in its consistency. From that point onward, every single cell located beneath the knees begins desperately signaling for more oxygen that simply fails to reach them in adequate amounts. Yet the truly eye-opening revelation is this: rigorous. Well-designed research studies have demonstrated that certain natural beverages can elevate nitric oxide levels by up to 30% in a matter of just a few hours. This explains the focus of today's presentation: 8 thoroughly validated drinks designed to enhance circulation that you can easily prepare and enjoy in the comfort of your own home. Not a single one involves prescription drugs or supplements. These options align perfectly with your body's natural biochemical processes. Moreover, when you pair them with even gentle physical activity, many people experience a welcome return of warmth to their legs as quickly as within one day. We begin with the 8th option, which is the most straightforward yet frequently overlooked: warm lemon water. Each morning, as you consume a full glass of comfortably warm water mixed with the juice of half a fresh lemon, the benefits extend well beyond basic hydration. You're effectively rousing your liver into action while gently encouraging a subtle widening of the blood vessels, known as mild vasodilation. The abundant vitamin C present in lemons plays a supportive role in nitric oxide creation by safeguarding the critical enzyme responsible for its production. Older adults who make a habit of starting their mornings this way frequently observe that their toes lose that persistent cold sensation shortly after finishing breakfast. The approach remains mild and non-aggressive, yet consistently repeating it day after day conditions your blood vessels to remain in a more relaxed, open state rather than staying chronically tightened. Coming in at number 7 is ginger tea. This unassuming root vegetable contains a potent warming agent known as gingerol. That compound works to mildly thin the blood while significantly enhancing blood movement through the smallest vessels, or microcirculation, particularly in the capillaries supplying your feet. You can often sense this as a gentle, warming flush spreading through your lower limbs. In medical research environments, ginger's effects have been likened to those of low-dose aspirin when it comes to encouraging better blood flow, all without noticeably increasing the chances of bleeding when consumed in reasonable amounts. Prepare it freshly by grating 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger into a cup of hot water, allowing it to infuse for about 5 minutes. Drink it gradually and mindfully, permitting the comforting heat to spread downward through your body. Ginger goes beyond merely providing surface warmth. It actively instructs your arteries to dilate further and maintain that openness. The 6th entry might catch you off guard: beetroot juice. It stands as the premier champion among beverages that promote nitric oxide. Beets are loaded with natural nitrates, which bacteria on your tongue transform into nitrites before these convert into nitric oxide circulating in your bloodstream. Remarkably, within roughly 90 minutes of consumption, your arteries demonstrate a measurable expansion. Findings from a study conducted in Britain revealed that senior citizens consuming just 1 glass of beet juice each day experienced a 17% improvement in their walking distance after only 2 weeks. Importantly, the effectiveness hinges on using raw beets or ones that are only lightly blended, never fully cooked versions, since high temperatures destroy the vital nitrates. Should the naturally earthy flavor feel too strong, blend it with apple or carrot juice to introduce a touch of natural sweetness. Positioned at number 5 is pomegranate juice. This richly colored fruit delivers an abundance of polyphenols, powerful compounds that shield the interior surfaces of your arteries against the harmful effects of oxidative stress. As that oxidative burden decreases, nitric oxide remains active and effective in your bloodstream for extended periods. For this reason, pomegranate earns the reputation as a natural guardian or protector of the arteries. In studies focused on cardiovascular wellness, Individuals who incorporated half a cup of pomegranate juice into their routine every day exhibited a 30% stronger blood flow reaction after a mere 3 months. Apart from the research evidence, the flavor itself carries an invigorating quality, a pleasing balance of tartness and subtle sweetness that seems to announce renewed vitality returning to your lower limbs. Always opt for 100% pure pomegranate juice without added sugars or artificial mixtures. Shifting now to number 4, green tea. While many connect green tea primarily with its antioxidant properties, its lesser-known advantage lies in the way it bolsters the suppleness and adaptability of the endothelium. The catechins found in green tea, particularly EGCG, trigger the identical biological route that mild aerobic activity stimulates. Enjoying 1 cup early in the day and another during the afternoon helps preserve greater arterial elasticity from morning through evening. Older individuals who swap out their usual afternoon sugary soda for green tea commonly share that their legs no longer carry that same burdensome heaviness by the time night arrives. View it as performing an internal stretch routine specifically targeted at your vascular system. Number 3 features dark cherry juice or a concentrated form of tart cherry extract. This beverage operates through a distinct pathway. Cherries are abundant in anthocyanins, colorful plant pigments that soothe and reduce inflammatory processes occurring within the arterial walls. Additionally, they help lower levels of uric acid, a substance that can contribute to gradual stiffening of blood vessels over the years. Consuming cherry juice in the evening, close to bedtime, supports circulation throughout the night hours, partly because it naturally elevates melatonin production. Improved sleep quality leads to fewer abrupt fluctuations in nighttime blood pressure, granting the arteries valuable time to recover and repair. Across a span of 2 weeks, a large number of older adults discover that nighttime calf cramps disappear entirely. This illustrates the subtle yet profound strength of keeping inflammation in check. At number 2 stands cocoa, prepared as a warm dark chocolate beverage. Authentic cocoa, distinct from overly sweetened commercial powders, contains flavonols that directly stimulate nitric oxide production right inside the endothelial cells lining the vessels. A notable clinical study involving seniors who consumed high-flavonol cocoa documented a clear, measurable rise in their walking pace after just 1 month. The advantages proved especially pronounced when combined with brief periods of walking, since muscular activity further amplifies the release of nitric oxide. Create it using unsweetened cocoa powder, a small amount of hot water, and your preferred type of milk. Though it delivers a sense of luxurious treat, it functions much like targeted vascular support. Finally, claiming the top spot as the number 1 circulation-enhancing beverage, the one that achieved a 30% widening of arteries under laboratory testing, is the beet pomegranate fusion juice. Combining the rich nitrates sourced from beets together with the potent polyphenols from pomegranate creates a powerful cooperative or synergistic outcome. Nitric oxide production surges dramatically as a result. Medical researchers evaluated this specific pairing in participants aged over 60, observing a striking increase in blood flow speed within only 2 hours. For easy preparation at home, simply blend half of a fresh beet with about a 1/4 cup of pure pomegranate juice and enough water to reach your desired consistency. The resulting hue is an intense, vibrant crimson that almost seems to glow. Many describe an immediate sensation of warmth spreading through their legs as oxygen supply to the tissues noticeably improves. With all 8 selections now covered, it's worth exploring exactly why maintaining strong circulation becomes so critically important once you pass 60. As the years accumulate, arteries progressively forfeit their natural stretch and resilience. They lose the ability to widen as effectively as in younger years, thereby restricting the delivery of oxygen to the smaller muscle groups and nerve endings situated in the legs. Diminished circulation goes beyond merely producing persistently cold feet. It undermines stability and coordination, delays the mending of any injuries or sores, and dramatically elevates the likelihood of falls by a factor of 3. Nevertheless, circulation represents more than just a physical pumping mechanism. It involves intricate biochemical signaling as well. Each thoughtful sip from one of these beneficial drinks delivers a direct prompt to your system, encouraging greater nitric oxide output, easing vascular tension, and nourishing tissues that had previously been deprived. As you start incorporating these beverages, the crucial element remains steady, ongoing use. Nitric oxide cannot be stockpiled within the body. It requires fresh generation every single day. Picture it as recharging a delicate battery each morning. Skip even one day, and the reserves begin to drop once more. This principle underscores how modest, repeated daily practices can produce substantial improvements over time. For practicality, consider envisioning a straightforward daily circulation routine. Upon waking, begin with warm lemon water to gently rouse and prepare the vessels. Later in the mid-morning period, enjoy ginger tea to introduce comforting warmth. Around lunchtime, include a modest serving of beet juice. In the afternoon hours, choose green tea in place of coffee or other beverages. Come evening, wind down with either cocoa or cherry-based drink to promote relaxation. Following this pattern helps sustain consistent nitric oxide availability throughout the entire day. Beyond warmer legs, you'll likely detect enhanced mental sharpness as well, since the identical vascular network supplies blood to the brain. Let's take a moment to examine the underlying science behind nitric oxide more closely. This simple gas molecule is produced naturally by your body using certain amino acids, along with nitrates obtained from food sources. Its primary function is to instruct the smooth muscle tissue surrounding arteries to loosen and expand. Inadequate supplies mean vessels remain constricted, blood pressure climbs, and legs grow heavy and fatigued. The aging process diminishes nitric oxide manufacturing capacity by close to half. Fortunately, various plant-based sources, particularly beets, leafy greens, citrus fruits, and certain teas, revive and strengthen this vital pathway. Once nitric oxide levels rise again, the improvements become immediately noticeable. Skin appears brighter and more vibrant, toes regain a healthy pink tone, and overall vitality returns. A related but equally vital idea is microcirculation. While major arteries play their role, the minuscule capillaries embedded within calf muscles are equally essential, serving as the sites where nutrient and oxygen exchange actually occurs. Beverages abundant in polyphenols, such as those from pomegranate, cocoa, and cherries, help safeguard these fragile capillary networks against buildup of tiny plaque deposits. If you're just beginning to adopt these practices, keep things uncomplicated at first. Select a couple of the drinks that appeal to you most and commit to them regularly. Regularity outweighs a tempting elaborate variety. Once a week has passed, gradually introduce additional options. The objective isn't flawless execution, but rather sustained effort over the long haul. Envision your circulatory system as similar to a garden hose. Neglected for long periods, it becomes rigid and inflexible, whereas consistent daily use maintains its pliability and responsiveness. Temperature and proper timing also deserve attention. Beverages served warm promote faster vessel expansion compared to cold ones, which is precisely why ginger tea and warm lemon water deliver such immediate comfort. That said, cold beet juice still efficiently supplies nitrates even without warmth. Therefore, incorporating a mix of both approaches works best: warm options for prompt relief and cooler ones for steady nitrate delivery. Drinks consumed in the evening, like cocoa or cherry juice, offer an extra perk by helping to reduce stress-related hormones. Cortisol, for instance, tends to narrow arteries. By fostering relaxation in the hours leading up to sleep, you encourage arteries to remain more open during the overnight repair phase. In this manner, you're not simply alleviating surface-level discomfort. You're actively undoing accumulated vascular wear on an ongoing, incremental basis. Within 2 to 4 weeks, tangible shifts often become evident. Blood pressure readings tend to level out more evenly. Complexion and skin appearance improve noticeably. Certain individuals find they can comfortably endure chilly winter nights without needing to wrap their feet in extra blankets. These subtle indicators reveal that microcirculation has begun to revive and function more robustly. Nutrition experts sometimes inquire whether solid foods can achieve comparable outcomes. Indeed, incorporating leafy greens, garlic, and citrus fruits bolsters these same benefits, yet liquid forms deliver results more rapidly due to swift absorption. Nutrients from drinks reach the bloodstream within minutes, bypassing the slower digestive breakdown required for solid meals. Consequently, a single glass of beet pomegranate blend can surpass the short-term circulatory impact of an entire large salad. A common follow-up question concerns whether these beverages can substitute for prescribed medications. The answer is no. They serve as supportive allies rather than replacements. They enhance your body's efficiency while working in harmony with any medical regimen, advised by your healthcare provider. In reality, a growing number of doctors now suggest nitrate-containing drinks as complementary support for managing conditions like peripheral artery disease. Regard this practice as an integral component of a purposeful daily circulation routine from morning until night. Rise and begin with a warm, purifying sip. Throughout the day, continue nourishing and supporting your vessels. In the evening, focus on calming and unwinding them. With repetition, this pattern turns almost instinctive. The outcome includes steadier, more reliable legs, pleasantly warm feet, and a noticeably more alert and engaged mind, given that healthy circulation benefits the entire organism. An additional, often underappreciated advantage involves improved brain circulation and emotional well-being. Nitric oxide's influence extends far beyond the lower extremities, reaching cerebral blood vessels as well. Enhanced flow to the legs correlates directly with clearer thinking and reduced feelings of unease or tension. This explains why many older adults who embrace these routines frequently report experiencing a lighter, more buoyant mental state. Scientific findings support this observation. Increased cerebral oxygen supply helps optimize neurotransmitter function and equilibrium. Even modest physical activity performed shortly after consuming these drinks, simple movements like rotating your ankles or gently tapping your toes, greatly magnifies their positive impact. For this reason, avoid remaining completely sedentary immediately after drinking. True circulation thrives on gentle motion. Naturally, a few precautions merit consideration. Should you currently take medications that thin the blood, consult your physician regarding beet or ginger consumption, since both possess mild anticoagulant properties. Furthermore, steer clear of store-bought juices packed with added sugars, as excess sweetness can provoke inflammation in the vessels and negate the nitric oxide advantages. The emphasis remains on fresh, naturally unsweetened preparations consumed at a leisurely pace. Some individuals ask whether moderate coffee consumption aids circulation. Plain black coffee can induce temporary vessel widening thanks to its caffeine content, yet habitual overuse often leads to rebound constriction. Substituting excessive coffee with green tea generally yields more consistent and balanced vascular support. To deepen understanding, let's explore the precise workings of each beverage in greater detail. Warm lemon water activates and supports an enzyme termed nitric oxide synthase, with the effect strengthened particularly when vitamin C concentrations are elevated. Ginger tea lowers levels of thromboxane, a substance that encourages platelets to clump together. Beets supply nitrates that circumvent the age-associated drop in nitric oxide synthesis. Pomegranate inhibits the enzyme responsible for breaking down nitric oxide prematurely. Green tea stimulates endothelial nitric oxide synthase via its primary catechol, EGCG. Cherry juice decreases C-reactive protein, thereby improving the overall thickness or flow characteristics of blood. Cocoa augments oxygen transport to active muscles during physical activity. Finally, the beet-pomegranate combination integrates every one of these mechanisms, providing both essential building blocks and protective elements simultaneously. Among the most striking improvements frequently mentioned by older adults is the relief from that persistent sensation of heavy, weighted-down legs. Within just a few days, climbing stairs often feels noticeably less taxing. The explanation lies in basic fluid dynamics. Expanded arteries create reduced resistance to flow. Picture sipping liquid through a constricted straw versus one that has been widened. The liquid moves far more freely in the latter case. Your arteries respond in precisely the same manner. An additional positive outcome involves better nerve function in the periphery. Inadequate blood supply deprives peripheral nerves of necessary nourishment, leading to sensations of numbness or pins and needles. As circulation recovers, nerve signaling resumes more normally. It resembles restoring electricity to a disconnected circuit. Numerous seniors observe enhanced balance, not solely from stronger musculature, but also because sensation in their feet returns, allowing them to perceive the ground more accurately. Hydration itself plays a foundational role that should never be overlooked. Mild dehydration, even if subtle, increases blood viscosity. Many older people consciously reduce fluid intake to minimize restroom visits, yet this habit quietly impairs circulation. Fortunately, every beverage highlighted here contributes meaningful hydration alongside its specialized active ingredients. Well-hydrated cells enable red blood cells to pass smoothly through tiny capillaries rather than adhering or clumping. That one adjustment alone can dramatically lessen feelings of exhaustion. Consider some practical, everyday scenarios. Envision a 65-year-old gentleman whose limited walking stems largely from perpetually cold feet. After incorporating beet pomegranate juice during mid-morning and green tea in the mid-afternoon for a couple of weeks, his average daily steps rise organically simply because motion no longer feels burdensome. Or picture a 72-year-old lady troubled by recurring nighttime leg cramps who begins using a cherry cocoa combination before retiring. Within roughly 10 days, those disruptive cramps cease entirely. These examples reflect no supernatural intervention, merely the reliable interaction of improved blood flow dynamics paired with persistent application. Occasionally, forward progress may plateau. In such cases, examine sodium consumption. Elevated salt levels promote vessel narrowing and counteract nitric oxide benefits. Aim to limit total daily salt to under 2 grams, while emphasizing potassium-rich choices like bananas and spinach to maintain proper electrolyte equilibrium. Another frequent point of discussion involves supplements compared to genuine beverages. Products marketed as nitric oxide boosters in pill form seldom replicate the multifaceted synergy present in whole plant-derived liquids. The human body readily identifies and utilizes authentic plant-derived elements because they arrive bundled with supportive cofactors, vitamin C, magnesium, flavonoids, and more that collaborate harmoniously. Consequently, sipping these natural options proves far more effective than ingesting isolated capsules. For maintaining enthusiasm and adherence, monitor your leg warmth or skin tone on a daily basis using your own observations. Ask yourself, do your toes feel noticeably warmer? Have prominent veins become less obvious? Can you rise from a seated position more swiftly? These minor victories strengthen commitment to the routine. Roughly 30 days in, blood vessels undergo subtle structural remodeling, becoming slightly wider and better equipped for sustained performance. This phenomenon is termed arterial adaptation or training. At that stage, an occasional missed day no longer fully reverses gains, although continued regularity preserves and builds upon the momentum. In conclusion, certain items warrant deliberate avoidance. Sugary soft drinks, excessive alcohol, and over-reliance on coffee all encourage arterial tightening. Therefore, every instance where you swap one of these for a nitric oxide-supporting beverage generates a twofold advantage: diminished constriction combined with increased dilation. Before wrapping up, here's a straightforward summary expressed simply. Circulation truly represents the essence of vitality. Beyond age 60, your arteries require assistance to recall how to remain open and accommodating. Nitric oxide serves as the central mechanism, and nature generously supplies it via these 8 accessible drinks: warm lemon water, ginger tea, beet juice, pomegranate juice, green tea, cherry juice, cocoa, and the powerful beet pomegranate fusion. Each functions as a soft, encouraging signal directed at your blood vessels. Relax, allow free and easy flow. Once blood circulates without obstruction, profound shifts occur throughout the body. Warmth reappears in the extremities, steps grow lighter and more confident, the mind sharpens and clears. Such transformative potential rests quietly within your daily cup. So tomorrow morning, before turning to pills, devices, or routine distractions, reach instead for something vibrant and living. Let that initial sip gently reassure your body that youthful energy hasn't vanished. It's merely awaiting restored, revitalized circulation. Maintain natural ingredients in your beverages, keep your body gently active, and nurture an open heart ready to embrace abundant flow.